Alright everybody, I'm back with the last set of rocks from last weekend's rock hounding trip. Mountain Gila Bend Mountain Range area. Just back behind Saddle Mountain from Tonopah, kind of in between Tonopah and Arlington. So I'm going to walk through these. I'm also going to cut this stone today. Well, I'm going to try. We'll see if I can get the cut. But yeah, I definitely want to see what's inside of that. Let's walk through the rest of these real quick. Most of these are little except for the one. So I got this piece here. It's a definite saginite. You can see the sprays. So we'll cut that in half and see if the sprays show up as a pattern in the stone. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Kind of a flat nodule. Cut it in half, see if there's any agate in that. Okay, I'll cut the end off of that. See if we got a good pattern with no fractures. All right, nice window here, a little bit of quartz with some banding around it. I'll cut parallel to that face. All right, pretty sure that's just going to be quartz, but I'll cut it in half to see. All right, nice face, good banding around a quartz center. I'll cut parallel to that open face and see if we got a full pattern. A little bit of banding. Ooh, okay, so this, it's hard to tell. It's weathered, but this one's not as weathered. So I'll cut this in half. Actually, I'll cut it about the thickness of a slab, a little thicker maybe on that side. That way, if it's any good, no fractures, I can cab that as the top. Might be able to get another slab out of that. We'll see. All right. Just gonna cut parallel to that face and see if we got any tubes or anything. This looks like it might have some stuff in it, some kind of inclusion. And then we got this one with a good face. It does have a fracture. I don't know how deep that goes. Hopefully not deep. Although it looks like it's fairly deep. Well, I'll cut them back a little bit. Maybe that'll go away. Not be in the face. All right, it's a little nodule, but solid, and nothing really showing window-wise. Could be a bander. All right, definitely not the least, but definitely the last. This big guy. Again, hopefully I can cut this with my saw. It's fairly large. It's got kind of a broken face here. It's fractured up a little bit. Looks like it's got some tubes in it. I don't know. I'm probably going to try to cut this. Maybe right through here. Or maybe I'll just cut him in half. I'm hoping that's solid agate. So yeah, definitely want to see what's in the inside of that guy. All right. So let me get these and this off to the saw, get them cut, and I'll be back with the results. All right, everybody, I'm back from the saw. And I start with this one here that when I started to cut, it found a fracture and the stone just basically came apart on me. So it was a pretty stone at one point, but too many fractures in this one. So this will probably just get tossed in the tumbler and hopefully it'll have some pretty pieces. All right, next up. All right, it's a quartz, does have a fracture through that one little piece of agate. So again, probably throw that in the tumbler. Next up, got this one, which has some banded agate around quartz center. Let's see what it looks like. All right. Okay, it's got a plume or a moss bottom on this one. It's got some banding around a quartz center. It's got a nice little banded section there. Clean. That'll look nice polished. It's pretty cool looking actually. Nice. Okay, next up. So that one had some good color. Actually, I think it went like that. And I was hoping it wouldn't have any fractures, but unfortunately, I can see a fracture going right through the middle there. Yeah, it's one up here and one down here. It's nice color, nice banding. Probably throw this one in the tumbler and I can base polish that side at least. It's nice looking still, or throw it in the tumbler. Okay, next up. Ooh, all right, this is that little saginite. Let's see how the sprays came out. Ooh, all right, it's different than what I was expecting. Let's take a look at each side. So I was expecting a fan centering from that point and then going out, but it looks fairly uniform across the bottom going up. Maybe they turn into more like tubes near the center and they're more pinpoint on that outside edge. Don't know. All right, well that'll look cool face polished. And I might be able to get a slab off of that for a cool looking cabochon. I don't know if I will or not. At the very least, I'll face polish it. My only issue is with that one little druzy pocket right there. If that wasn't there, it would be a really nice cab right here. Still might work out. It's the only real pitting in that stone, other than at the bottom. Nice cool pattern, a little bit of a pinkish color with some bluish color. Then you got the white. All right, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the saginite. All right, next up, what do we got here? Okay, this one kind of looked like it was going to be a moss. And a moss it is. It's kind of got some green color in that moss, and it looks solid. There's no pitting in it. I don't see any fractures. And that is a nice stone. All right, definitely can make a cab out of this heel. It's fairly uniform in thickness. Looks like it's going to have a banded section right there. Obviously this would be the bottom, this would be the top. So yeah, that's a good candidate for a cabochon. Nice pattern in there though. I like that. That's pretty cool looking. All right, look at the other side. It's got that hole. It's gonna cause an issue. I don't know how deep that goes. Well, I'll either face polish this side, or if I take a slab off of it, I'll have to see how much of that section isn't usable because of that indentation. But yeah, it came out pretty cool looking. Okay, next up. All right, so I really like the banding pattern on that end. Couldn't tell on that end what it was going to be. So I did cut some slabs off of this one. So let's start with this side. So this little heel, it's thick enough I could do something with it, but I'm not sure. Nah, I can see some fractures in this one. They may be healed, but you can see that this fracture goes sideways. So it's a candidate for the tumbler. And again, I can see the fractures on this side. And that little piece popped off. I can see the fracture right there. It's not bad. I could still cab this, make that top at the bottom. But I don't know if I'll do anything with that because of that fracture other than tumble it. It'll make a nice tumble stone. All right, and then we'll look at this other heel. Back side. All right, so I can see that fracture. It runs at least that deep. And then I got this little one here. Yeah, he looks like he's trailing off though. And then you got that one over here. Again, this is that one that looked healed. I don't see that one up here. So I could do some kind of a free form with this, I guess, cab. With this as the top, and just live with whatever fractures might be in it. It's a nice stone, so I'll probably cab that one. Tumble the other two. All right, next up. Okay, so this one had a quartz center with banding around the outside, but I like the banding in the colors. Let's see how it turned out. Again, I cut this thick enough that if this is any good, I might be able to cab this top part. All right. I was hoping the quartz would be smaller, but it's not bad. I'd say it's mostly agate, maybe 2/3 agate and 1/3 quartz. I mean, at the very least, that'd make a great face polish, but it might be able to do something with this, cap this side. I'm not sure about that fracture right here though. Yeah, I probably wouldn't cab it because of that. But face polish would be nice. Both sides actually. Although, I might be able to do a cab or a slab off of this to do a cab, but it's obviously gonna, this would be the bottom and this would be the top because it's gonna get smaller. But hopefully the quartz gets smaller too. Maybe it'll have more agate. I don't know. We'll think about that one. Very nice stone though. Love the pattern and the color and the bands in this one. Okay, 3 left. Next up, we got this little tiny nodule. Just cut him in half. And he has got a great pattern, a little bit of quartz. Nice color. He's got those platelets or orbs in some of the bands. It's got some of that parallax effect going on, and you know, the shadow banding. Nice. All right, definitely at a minimum I'm gonna do a face polish. He's popping a little on the skin, which means it's weathered. So I probably wouldn't want to slab that anymore. Yeah, we'll just do a face polish on those. Those are really nice. Okay, next up, had this weird flat nodule. Had absolutely no sign of what might be in it. So let's see. Huh. All right. That's pretty unique looking. The bands are really odd, strange. It's like discoloration in little areas. It's got the orbs. Nice color though, and it's got some really good moss at the bottom. A little pitted in the moss section, but I bet it would still take a nice polish. Although if I make a slab off of this, it's going to get smaller. Yeah, and this side is just as nice, maybe a little nicer, less quartz there. This one had a little more quartz, although that quartz looks pretty good. Again, very nice stone. At the very least, that's a face polish. But we'll see. Okay. All right, look. Before we do that guy, I got one other stone that I cut. Got this big old monster. Let's see how he came out. All right, I'm gonna set that down for now. All right. I was afraid it would just be really dark on the inside, but it's not. It's got some really cool pattern. Huh. All right, I'm definitely gonna slab this guy up. Even those fractures, they're not really fractures, they're just veins of agate going through this. Even got a little bit of red in it here. Okay, well, other than around the edge in a few spots, really just that spot, this thing is solid. I don't really see any pitting. I don't see any open fractures. So this is just pure pattern. That is going to make some really nice cabochons, and I'll get quite a few stones out of this. And that's just half of it. Let's take a look at the bigger half. This being the bigger half. Again, I thought this was going to be a big fracture through the stone, but it filled in, and it is just a vein at this point of other minerals, probably agate. A little bit of red around that edge. Nice. I don't know what you would call this. I guess a plume. Jasper, maybe? It's kind of like a orbicular ocean jasper, but the orbs are more flower-like. and it's not translucent, it's an opaque stone. But wow, I'm gonna get a bunch of cabs out of that rock. That is a big old stone. Very nice. All right, let's look at this last one here. So this, out of this rock hunt, was my favorite find. I mean, to find a whole nodule like that is one thing, but to cut it open and have it be solid agate like this, that's unreal. And I don't see any fractures. This is just pure goodness. That, wow, I'm definitely gonna be face polishing and putting this one up on my shelf. This is probably the nicest, largest nodule that I have found in that general area. That's super nice. It's even got a little geode druzy pocket in it. Wow. I mean, this right here made my rock hounding trip. Wow. Hey, drop a line in the comments. Let me know what you think of this one. All right, well, that is it for this video. I do have another tub of rocks that my sister-in-law found on this rock hounding trip that she has asked me to cut. So I will go through those in the next set of videos. All right, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.